Hey everybody, and welcome to the Focus Garage. Today we have a special video for you. We're going to be talking about and commenting on one of Onder's all-time favorite vehicles that they specifically wanted to bring back just for him. What do we got?
We got a 2019 Chevy Blazer. My first ever car I bought, and I've been through with it a lot of stuff, and I bought it with like 100,000 miles on it, and I sold it when it had like 190. So I used it very well. And Chevy's bringing back, and they discontinued it in 2005 for some odd reason. Nobody knows why. To make it perfect, I guess, for the 2019 market.
Just take a little hiatus in the middle there.
Yeah, 14 years later, Blazer is back, and it looks beautiful. It has the Camaro grille and the back of a, I think it's like, it looks like a Maxima in the back.
It's got that floating kind of pillar in the back,
Yeah.
kind of like you'd see on like a Lexus or like a Nissan or something like that. It's got that black line in the back. But yeah, like I said, the front end's very, very Camaro-esque. I mean, you look at this car from dead on, well, crossover. It's a crossover,
It's
right?
a crossover, yeah.
You look at this crossover from dead on, and it looks pretty much like you're staring at a Camaro. I mean, very, very similar design language with like the grille, the shape of the front bumper, everything like that. So I'd say it's a pretty good-looking vehicle. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. Let's talk about, since we're talking about how it looks, let's talk about the size.
All right, where does it slot in Chevy's lineup?
So you have the Chevy Trax, and then you have
I forgot about that little one.
The compact, CCUV.
The compact crossover. Yeah.
And then you have the Equinox, which is a small CUV, and then you will have the Blazer, which is a medium size. It comes with the third row seating as well.
That was my next question. I was going to ask, does this come with a third row?
Yeah, it does come with third row. And then the next one is a Traverse, which is like a full-blown SUV. Well, it's not full-blown.
No, and then if you're really staying with the Chevy lineup, then you got
Tahoe.
the Tahoe, and then the Suburban.
Suburban, yeah.
So Chevy's got a lot of SUVs over there.
But they're not giving up on their sedan lineup, so for kudos to them.
Yeah, they're not like Ford quite yet.
Teardrop for Ford.
R.I.P. Ford Focus, 2018.
Yeah.
But let's get back on topic with the Blazer. So before we talk too much about the Blazer, I do want to say that I find it very interesting that they decided to add yet another small SUV to their lineup. Well, I guess this is probably like a medium-sized SUV.
Yeah, this is a medium-sized CUV, not an SUV.
Okay, CUV, yeah.
CUV.
So it's surprising to me that, given that they've already got, something that kind of is near this market, that they go ahead and introduce another. So obviously there's some demand that, us peasants don't know about that made them kind of go ahead and release this vehicle.
Don't know about the CUV life.
Yeah, but they said slated for 2019, and I think they said like early next year, right? Like springtime?
You should be able to order it pretty soon, yeah.
Oh yeah, so
they already have it on. Well, they don't have
the order form up, but you can go to the website and get all the information up there. Yeah. But go ahead and talk about some highlights about things that you find interesting about it, or just
the most interesting thing is that it comes with a 2.5 inline 4. It's naturally aspirated, and it makes as much as horsepower and not torque, but it makes as much as horsepower as the 2005 Blazer, which is 193 horsepower, and it makes 188 pounds of torque, which is
it's fine in a crossover.
Yeah. You're not racing. Yeah. And then the next option is a 3.6 liter V6 that makes like 305 horsepower, and I believe it's the same engine they have it in the Camaro SS.
They use that 3.6 on a lot of different vehicles. Yeah, that's a pretty common GM engine there. It's a
pretty thought of engine. Like it's a tough engine, and it makes a good amount of power.
Yeah, once they fixed all the timing chain issues, but yeah, no, it makes pretty good horsepower. I mean, what they said, 305? It'll be in the Blazer, so that's enough to definitely get that thing moving and let it get out of its own way.
It can tow 4,500 pounds, so that's pretty amazing because these CUVs usually they're
not designed for towing at all.
Yeah,
usually.
they're like class 1. Hitch, so that's like around
a bicycle.
Yeah, around like 2,000 maybe max. So 4,500 pound is pretty amazing. So that's pretty good.
Whether or not anybody will use it to tow, I really don't know. But it's cool that you can do it if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Another thing too is these will obviously be front-wheel drive by standard, but all-wheel drive will be optional. So
they'll have 3 trims, which would be the basic, RS, and the premium.
Yeah. Oh no, like they're not doing the truck style trims like the LT, LTZ, and 2LT and SSL, whatever, all that. None of that. You just got Premier if you're getting fancy.
SSZ32, Z35,
Z4.
CR2.
Oh my god. Chevy likes to have fun with their trim
they
names
use
there.
their feature codes for their
For the whole trim level. And then you have the
trim
Chevy SS where there is no name to the car. It's just they trim all the other cars. But yeah, I hope to see in some way, shape, or form a Blazer SS. So don't get it twisted. They are not calling this a Trailblazer.
No.
This is just a Chevy Blazer, correct?
Yep, correct. Chevy Blazer. They used to have a Blazer Extreme Edition.
More off-road focused.
No. This was the Extreme Edition. Was the lower.
Oh, the low one, right?
Yeah, and you still get the same engine. You still get the same transmission, and I think you got a
ground effects.
Ground effect, but you also got a locking the rear differential.
I was thinking of the ZR2, right? That's the
ZR2 is the lifted version, and I hope they make a ZR2 version too. I think it would be really cool to have like this would be a great Jeep competitive, like the Jeep. What is the
small? This will probably be the Cherokee, not the Grand Cherokee, but the Cherokee.
It's a little bigger than Cherokee, but it's
not quite Grand Cherokee, so it's kind of in that middle for.
So Jeep, there. Get on it! Come on, let's make another SUV.
Right? What about everybody else? They all have to release this. Nobody knew that they need type size SUV.
Yeah. I mean, I think Ford is coming up with a Bronco, which is going to be maybe a little bit bigger than the Escape.
Yeah, now that they have time
to. Sorry.
It's not Explorer. Explorer?
Explorer, yeah. It's gonna be a little bigger than Explorer, but it's gonna be a frame on body.
Man, we are living in the age of crossovers and SUVs.
If you love it, you love it.
This is the time to be around for it. But yeah, back to kind of what we were talking about a minute ago. I think it'd be really neat to see some kind of enthusiast-focused variations of the Blazer, like a ZR2 off-road, maybe like a lowered, more sporty SS, or even an Extreme. Bring back the Extreme branding.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool because, like, again, even in like the pretty much basic look, this is a very striking-looking vehicle for a crossover.
They went for it. They went for the design in there. Like we need to get an aggressive CUV, and they nailed it. I think this is a really good-looking CUV. If I'm in the market for like buying a CUV, I'm not.
But are you?
But
you're not.
I'm not. No.
But we can pretend.
We can pretend. This would be one of them. I would be putting this in the list, and it would be pretty high up in the list. And I might even end up with one. If I'm like in the market.
Have they talked about gas mileage figures at all for something like this?
Not yet.
It is interesting for me to see that they're not going with any turbocharged options. Chevy does have, I think, like two different
2.0.
They have 2.0, and then they have that awful 1.4, 1.5.
1.4. That's really small though.
That'd be way too small for an SUV of this size. But
that's what they use in the tracks, which is perfect for the tracks, by the way.
Or if you got one of those hot rod Chevy Cruises, you might have one of those 1.4 turbos in those bad boys.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the age of smaller displacement, boosted everything.
They're going for a natural.
It's interesting to see that they're sticking with the naturally aspirated.
And it comes with the 9-speed automatic, which GM developed with Ford. It's a fantastic front-wheel drive transmission, so that's really good. And I'm hoping that, not hoping, but I'm just guessing that it is going to have, the 2.5 might have good gas mileage, like upper to mid 20s.
Upper to mid 20s, and maybe even like low 30s on the highway.
Maybe on the
for a third row SUV, I'm not sure, but. It'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
Interior is pretty much standard Chevy. It's that newer age of Chevy. It's not all hard plastics everywhere. Kind of like when I looked at this, I thought it was very Impala-esque dashboard.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of that one-piece sweeping dashboard. You got the
screen.
Chevy. Is Chevy still using MyLink? Is their infotainment system?
So yeah.
So it's got the nice
so
MyLink touchscreen. So
you get your Android Auto and CarPlay.
And that was one of the cool things about Chevy is when they started doing the MyLink systems. There was vehicles like the lower level stuff, like I'm trying to think here. I don't know if it was the Sonic or the Cruise that did this, but with the MyLink system, it was one of the first cars that had like an infotainment system like that, but they didn't offer navigation because it had Android Auto and Apple CarPlay.
Okay.
And they knew that everyone's just going to plug their phone in and do that anyway.
That's pretty smart. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys out there have used any MyLink systems. It's not bad. It's definitely, we've come a long way from the old days of infotainment where you had a BMW iDrive.
They still have it.
Yeah, they do, but it's finally better. But Chevy's is pretty intuitive. It's easy to use, quick to learn. So it's definitely, I think they make it very family friendly, where someone that's not the most technologically advanced person can buy one of these, hop in, and be able to interface with the car and not be having to read the owner's manual, or
no, they're pretty straightforward nowadays. You can learn it pretty fast. So like the interior is like you said, it's
standard Chevy.
Better, yeah, it's a much better Chevy than they had in the 2005 Blazer, which was covered in plastic.
Hard plastics.
Very hard plastic, and it rattled like a mofo.
Oh yeah, on those smaller SUVs, you'd go over a bump and you'd hear literally every trim piece in the car.
Yeah.
all the time. And that's not after they were used. That's when they were like relatively new. Like those cars were, ugh. But they've come a long way since then. We'll probably start seeing these. I'd imagine like in the fall for reviewers. You know,
Yeah, I would
reviewers.
say 2019. They'd probably start seeing it like mid 2019.
Yeah, well, I mean, for like, yeah, that's for purchase, but I mean, like, for people like automotive journalists and stuff,
Yeah, definitely.
pre-em, because I'd like to see what people think about these in reviews, and I want to see kind of when they compare this, where it slots in with other companies.
I think it would be like a Ford. What's the thing that it's like more than bigger than Escape? The
Explorer,
no,
Expedition's even bigger.
no, you're missing the ST.
Oh, the Edge,
Edge ST,
the Ford Edge. How could I forget about that? Oh.
Fabulous car. So this would be competing with Edge, and then
Oh, like Honda.
Honda would be.
It's not quite a CRV, is it?
No, the
Pilot. No.
no, smaller than Pilot.
There's something between a Pilot and a CRV.
Front.
Ridgeline? That's a truck,
No,
bro.
no.
Well, it's not a truck. Hang on, I'm gonna have
Highlander. Highlander.
That's Toyota.
Oh, that's Toyota. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they're all.
Regardless, like I said, you can see how this has us so confused as to where it falls slotting wise. Just know that it's bigger than a Equinox, but it's not quite a Traverse. That's your takeaway from
Yeah.
it.
So it's the same size as the Highlander, Edge, and some other mid-size CUV. So you will have like a Nissan Rogue as well.
Nissan Rogue.
But yeah, so if you're in the market for it, I think this
Stay posted. It might be worth waiting for.
Yeah. So
that's pretty
and
much
Chevy has really good deals too, so you might be able to get a good discount on that.
That's true. Yeah.
So in the comment, let us know what you think about it. And do you think Chevy? Like, do you think it looks good? And did you miss the Blazer? You had a Blazer before.
You glad it's back?
Are you glad?
Or are
it's
you
back?
mad that they're calling this a Blazer? You're like, this isn't a Blazer from before.
Yeah, because Blazer had a body on frame.
It was a truck basically before. Now it's a minivan. What?
Minivan.
But yeah, I think that's gonna pretty much do it for this one. I've spit out my thoughts as much as I possibly could on this car.
So if
Crossover,
you guys,
not a car.
if you guys like it, like the video, subscribe, and push the bell button to get some notifications. And kudos to all.
We'll catch you guys in the next one.